On my na no utie se akopre kon Japan na okase lawyer ATTA onu ni hia e wo Heathrow airport na nsemu a oka kire no efa arodankwa Akufo Addo then candidate no ho no na okase asem na okan no na eyesom dirty words and say filthy words bia ono credit Japan po a otan fire man for sa asem no ntimi nka wasa asem enyai na sa asem no ya ti sa asem no black rasta drop it sa enkomo ensem no a lawyer ATTA ekade Japan efa arodankwa Akufo Addo ho no o ma ti asem no na o ma enyai se oben kan Japan a ona boa obe na ono otoase wa obeka nsem a kire tama me ne kan hia ho na bokhia e wo dotmo ensem o ka kire no o ma me hu sometimes hu some of MP from penifo ni bia o na me hu no say enti papa we say na otie ba hu omo a they are holy ba ma adwumfi e wo pitrim na ka Japan nsem we nyina wo ntrim nanso no onka o ma kan wo we nipa o ka nipa rough because wo hwe se de ensem wo ni trim na ohu amo o my omo ta ka Japan nyana eye just ahoya because ATTA only no classroom unie because according to ono was it no ATTA no onya de economics no de no oya de pe eye literature na ka Japan so enim eye economics and like they are more than brothers na see and wenti no just on my ahoya and on my let's watch full video about
big secret revealed. The Kennedy Japan AKYEA Heathrow expose. Kennedy Akumprekun Japan is a man who speaks his mind. Sometimes he can be so vituperative that people come back with a backlash, insulting him back. Kennedy Akumprekun Japan wants to be the next president of Ghana. He tried it once and failed. Many were those who were surprised even at the feat that he got to, though he failed. This time round, all the statistics in the country are saying that there are two very important horses that are tipped to win this race in the primaries of the NPP. Kennedy Japan and BAWUMIA. BAWUMIA is a lot ahead of Kennedy Japan according to the statistics and the pollsters who have come out to tell us some of the polls results they have. Now watch this now. Now Kennedy Japan is a man who many people say is not fit for office. Recently, my brother, my sister, he was proven to be a really strong contender in the race for the flag bearership of the NPP, a party that lost power so disgracefully after destroying this nation. Kennedy Japan wants to be able to rewrite the story of the NPP. First and foremost, he says that though he's from the UP tradition, where Kwame Nkrumah is not respected and not truly regarded, he loves Kwame Nkrumah and believes that Kwame Nkrumah is the greatest man who ever lived in our political system. My brother, my sister, this is Kennedy Japan. Now, Kennedy Japan has been busy going around campaigning so that he could be picked up as the flag bearer of the political party known as the NPP. And time after time, controversies come up. The other day, he granted an interview to a radio station that I had a stint with, Sky Power FM, right there in Takrady, my brother, my sister. And when he granted that interview, many were those who were shocked. There's a gentleman called AKYEA. Samuel AKYEA is a lawyer. Lawyers call each other learned friends. This guy and Kennedy Japan attended the same school, secondary school at Dìrty. And according to him, Kennedy Japan was so good with economics, whilst he was so well informed about literature, English literature. So for that matter, he would teach Kennedy Japan English literature, and Kennedy Japan would also teach him economics. He created a certain scene, as if to say they were like Jonathan and David in the Bible, very good friends, until the real caboodle started. He is in the camp of BAWUMIA. He believes that a president of this country must be elected. One, he must be very constructive. Two, and at the same time, he must be a statesman, well branded, who is not uncouth. He's gone on the campaign trail telling everybody that we must look for a president who will not go to the UN and disgrace the nation with words like motherfucker. And my brother, my sister, he was throwing shades at Kennedy Japan, who has used that kind of word and even more in the media landscape right here in Ghana and beyond anytime he gets angry. AKYEA also said that we must not go for a president who has a bad temperament. He gets angry easily. And again, he was referring to Kennedy Japan. He just came out after an interview convincing himself, should Kennedy Japan win the primaries of the NPP, he would never go on a campaign trail. Watch this. If Kennedy Japan wins, I will not campaign. That was the same thing Kennedy said. He said, if BAWUMIA wins, I will not campaign. And BAWUMIA won. He swallowed his words and went back on the campaign trail. And we saw the two of them on a bus. My brother, my sister, a photo of them. Kennedy talking to BAWUMIA. This is the photograph. Probably telling BAWUMIA, you know what? Let's put the past behind and let us work for our party to come to power. Unfortunately, BAWUMIA did not win the election. Now is the turn to go for yet another flag bearership race. And AKYEA is uttering the same words. Should Kennedy win, I will never campaign for this party. Come here. Watch this. No. Kennedy Japan is not happy with what his former classmates said. They are 2 years apart in terms of age. Kennedy was born in 1960. And this gentleman here called AKYEA, my brother, my sister, is a gentleman who claims that he's a very good lawyer and therefore he's ready for some sort of decency. Can I tell you more? My brother, my sister, Kennedy Japan has spoken. He granted an interview. And in that interview, he has kept Ghanaians talking. But we are always ahead of the people. We have done our research and we are bringing you more information. Listen to what Kennedy said about the motherfucker comment from AKYEA. He had lost his voice because he had gone so much around the country talking. He's even lost a lot of weight. My brother, my sister, listen to Kennedy Japan as he spoke to Sky Power FM. He spoke in Twi. Those of you who don't understand, when we return, we will be translating that. Watch this.
AKYEA, I respond. Why I'm not going to respond to AKYEA? I say, even President Akufo would dinner them. Actually, Heathrow Airport say he is not fit to be president. Heathrow Airport. And that time, Akufo won. It now one say, why na Kukudro? Na FAD Akufo the minister Okoji. Yeah, but this time, first we call and come first work on our share them one. And the filthy words on most of the World Bank, UN in Simamaka. The filthy words he used to describe Akufo Chirame London Heathrow Airport. Enti se ono kura woni mu free kuro baako otumi didi na tam eye we amedi e didi matam I'm nobody. Enti I'm not going to respond. But on kai so or conscience on kai asemwa o kachira mo Heathrow airport. Madam, it's so nasty about Akufo. I've never said nobody and I'm about catching Akufo. You never have made him a minister. But I didn't say anything. And I'm not responding to anybody. Whether I'm just staying focused. What do I say? I'm staying focused. Where the distraction? One person here now can be now only message. Canada, Japan, on your presidential material, when you say, Sabre, I mean, Kasai, no respond, all of my exposure, no inefficiencies. Because they were waiting for Canada, Japan, or we meet him going and say, a baby dimatem, and I'm both for now respond, no more you know. And then they don't have a message. They are not telling Ghanaians what they can do, or the delegates what they can do. And you know, my sister, I have a vision, I have a dream for Ghana. And if I'm given opportunity, speed up with the Ghana for the core development, you have no idea.
My brother, he said, if AKYEA and Akufo Addo come from the same hometown, and they are both from Achimeboakwa, and he met me at Heathrow Airport in the United Kingdom and used those terrible words of insults on Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo. Who am I? I am nothing to him. I am not going to respond. If I had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo what this guy here called AKYEA told me, the insults he held at him in secrecy in front of me, Nana Addo would have never ever made him a minister of state. These are the words of Kennedy Japan in that tape. So he labeled AKYEA a hypocrite. Number 2, an opportunist. Number 3, a liar. He said he would not respond, but he ended up responding. What did AKYEA tell Kennedy Japan allegedly at Heathrow Airport? Kennedy said he wouldn't say it, but we have a way of finding out. He said it's so nasty. If he had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo that this was what AKYEA said, he would never have been made a minister. You want to hear it, don't you? Come here. My brother, my sister, I have spoken to people in the Kennedy Japan camp to find out if Kennedy Japan ever told them the exact words AKYEA used on Nana Addo, allegedly right there at Heathrow Airport. They said, yes. Can you tell me that? And I got the response. Now, in 2015, according to members of the Kennedy Japan team, names withheld, Kennedy Japan and AKYEA, both politicians on the NPP divide, met at Heathrow Airport on their way back to Ghana. And Kennedy walked up to AKYEA and the conversation ensued. He said, what are the prospects of our party coming into power? This was 2015. And AKYEA said, no prospects. How can this man no son so koko ye hwe milk gu nanum kura na ni nyina be hwe agu fom. In other words, how can this guy here, whose mouth leaks with saliva, overflows with saliva, ever be president? Is that one to a presidential material? Even if you pour milk into his mouth, everything will pour out. But that is not so serious This is the serious one now. Come here. What is next? AKYEA allegedly also said that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, at the time a candidate, that this guy that everybody in the area knows as a guy who would wait when his house is very quiet. Then those little girls, those girls who go around selling granuts, he will look at them and see the one which is a little matured and call, brah. She will come and he will look at the granuts and say, your flower saying, you mention me tonka tianina. Fako inside mommy. The rest is history. Allegedly, according to the camp of Canada, Japan, these were the words of AKYEA. How can this man whose mouth overflows with saliva, that when you even pour milk in there, everything would come out of his mouth like that? He can't keep his mouth shut. This one too, can he be president? A guy that everybody in the area knows to be calling granite sellers, granite as they say in Nigeria. Oh yeah, no, 2 CDs, 5 CDs. Me turning na, I'm buying everything. Take it into the house for me. The rest is history. Did AKYEA say this? The rest of the bit there is nasty. According to the Canada Japan camp, this was what AKYEA said that Canada Japan doesn't want to repeat. Did Nana Addo do this? Did he ever do that? It reminds me of Wuntumi sitting on his radio station and TV station, declaring the president of the republic a child molester, a woman molester. My brother, my sister, and everybody condemned him in Ghana. He came back later after he started facing the vicissitudes of life, when the long arms of the law started coming after him for desecrating Nimiri Forest, to apologize to the president. Did Nana Addo do this? Why did AKYEA say that? There is an old African proverb that says, when a fish comes out of water and tells you that when the crocodile sleeps, it snores, who are you to say it's not true? Do you live in water? People who live in water are telling their story and you are crying. It's the same thing with the two of them coming from Achimabuakwa and telling their own story. My brother, my sister, Canada Japan says, if he had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo that this was what your own countryman, your own brother, your own Achim brother said about you in the run-up to the elections, things would have happened. Sadly, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on where you are coming from, what divide you are on, Nana Addo won the election that year. This was 2015. 2016, bam! They were in power. And when they came into power, AKYEA was picked up to become the Minister of Works and Housing. And he accepted it. According to Canada Japan, he shamelessly accepted it. According to him, he wanted to walk up to him and say, for all the nasty things you said about Nana Addo, how his mouth leaks with saliva, how when you stand in front of him and he talks to you, he will bath you with gallons of saliva, and how he lures granite sellers into his house for whatever caboodle. You have still gone ahead to accept a post from him after not giving him any chance. Kennedy Japan says, if he can say this about his own Echimebwakwa brother, who am I? We are way ahead of the rest. We go deep, we speak, and we get the facts hard and fast. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. It looks like there's trouble in the NPP. AKYEA says he will never campaign should Kennedy Japan win. Would Kennedy Japan campaign if BAWUMIA wins? Already they are at each other's necks. Tribalism, religiosity, my brother, my sister, everywhere there is chaos, confusion. No, ayabasa. It's a Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power.